Welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to talk about how to redeploy Micollab. Micollab Softphone client. This happens when firstly it happens number one, when you have reinstalled Micollab Softphone application. Or number two, you have factory reset your softphone application. Or number three, something went wrong with your application, with your softphone application, such that when you try to open it, it is asking for an authentication key. It will write enter authentication key. So in these three scenarios, we will be forced to contact our administrator and ask the administrator to redeploy us on Micollab server. And when the administrator redeploys us, we are going to receive a deployment email, which you can also just say probably it's a welcome email. They'll send you that email which has an authentication key so that you can re-register your application. Let us have a look at how that is done. In this case, I am going to attempt to open my Micollab application here. I'll do that by double clicking on the shortcut, and then I'll wait for it to open. So you can see here it is saying enter authentication key. So which means my softphone has had a challenge. It is saying it is requesting for the authentication key, and this could be as a result of those three issues that we discussed prior. This could be what has led us to this application asking for enter authentication key. We could have factory reset our softphone, or we could have reinstalled it, or we could have just installed it for the first time and it is asking for this key. So in this case, we are going to contact the administrator, and when we contact the administrator, suppose I am the administrator, I have received a request to say my softphone is requesting for an authentication key. I am going to log on to the Micollab server, and when I log on to the Micollab server, I am going to go to the section which is saying users and services here, users and services. I'll click on users and services, and here I am going to enter the name of the user who is having that issue. So in my case, the user who is having that issue is called Mitel support. So I am going to enter the name, I'll just enter the name as Mitel, and then I'm going to click on search here. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll type the word Mitel, and then I'm going to click on search. So it has returned this user Mitel support. So I'm going to click in this tab, which is called Deploy Micollab Client. Deploy Micollab Client. I'm going to click on this small arrow here. When I do that, it's going to give me these options. It's going to give me these options: deploy Micollab client for selected users, or deploy client for all users. But I want to deploy for just this user Mitel support, so I need to select the user. So I select the user by coming into this checkbox, and then I'm going to put a check mark, which is to say I'm going to tick it. So which means I will have to select by clicking into the box, which means I have selected this user. Then I will go back to deploy Micollab clients for the selected users. I click on there. Then it's asking me, this feature may be used to deploy configuration settings to the next generation for clients, so that the client may connect to Mitel and retrieve its configuration settings. A client deployment email will be sent to the user to provide them with instructions. So this is what I am reading here, and I'm going to click on deploy, so that the user can be sent a deployment email. The user can be sent a deployment email. So I'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and click on deploy. So now it has started to deploy, and then it is saying complete, and the window disappeared. So at this point, the user at this point, we expect the user to receive a deployment email in their inbox. So let's wait for this user to receive an email in their inbox. So at this point now, I am going to move away from being an administrator. I'll just log out, and I am going to go to the user side. I'm going to be the user. So it looks like the email has come. So I am now the user who has requested to be resent a deployment email. I am now the user who owns this soft phone. So I have just received the email. So with the email, I am going to scroll down to this part where it says click here, and I'm going to click there. Expectation is that when I click here, it's going to open the web browser. Then in that web browser, it is going to insert a, let's call it a link. Then it's going to navigate to that, and then it is going to cause this Micollab Softphone to pop up, and then it's going to automatically insert the authentication key into the application, into the Softphone application. So let's go ahead and click. So I'm going to click here. I click there. It is opening the web browser. In the web browser, it has entered this, and then it has popped popped up the Softphone client, the application, and it has automatically entered the authentication key, and it has come to this point. So at this point, I'll just click on skip, because I know the steps, the instructions that it is, the tutorial instructions that it is trying to tell me. But just for the sake of someone who doesn't know, I can just click on next, and then next, and then next, and then finish. And then this message, I'll just accept it, and then I'll click on OK. And then the Softphone, it is registered. As we can see, it is registered, it is happy. And then I'm going to select call using Softphone, call using Softphone, call using Softphone. So that is all for redeploying a Micollab user. Thank you for watching. Enjoy, share and subscribe and comment.